Hey, hello everyone. I think I'm seeing. I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. Really, yeah, yes. Oh my goodness. Hi everyone. Idara Utibe Yeshi Reg, right? And Praise Christopher Esther Goodness Taufik. This Abdul Karim Akinwumi Marvelous. Hello everyone. Hope you're having a good time with members today. I trust we're good, yeah? No. I want everybody to speak actually. How many minutes do I have, Idera? How many minutes do I have?
Please, you have 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Please.
Ah,
Yes, please.
I'm loaded actually. Will 10 minutes be enough for me? Will 10 minutes be
I
enough?
trust you. I trust you very
all
to
right.
manage the time.
All right, let's just dive into it real quick. I have a lot here actually. I have a lot here. I doubt if 10 minutes will do, but then I'll try my best to cover up everything that needs to be covered. All right, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Yemi Benjamin, and it gives me a great privilege to be here today to speak with you. And much thanks to Tibe for this opportunity. Believe me, honestly, I don't take this for granted. So, we're speaking about personal branding, and I've listened to what everybody has been saying carefully today, and we've been talking about brand, talking about how we could possibly work with brand and what we'll do for brands and all that. So we'll be talking about personal branding. I'll be talking about you yourself. So some couple of days back, I released a book project, As a Man Thinketh, The Journey of Self. So the same way, I actually channeled the energy into speaking to you, to yourself. This personal branding also is for yourself. As much as you want to bring something to the table for the brand you're working with, you also need to improve in the level of work you're doing for yourself, how you present yourself on the outside, how you position yourself for the brand that you want to give value, to also see the value in you before bringing you up to be part of the team. So I hope you have your pen and your paper right there. I'm not just saying all of this. I prepared so much for this, so I need you to jot things down. And if you can hear me, just say hello. I want everybody, don't type, just talk. I want to hear you speak. Just say hello if you can hear me. Okay. So I'll pretty much do this real quick so we can cover things that I've already put down here for us. All right. So, personal branding. I think I'll be speaking about understanding personal branding. We'll also be taking a look on what personal branding is not. Because most of the time we talk about what it is, but we don't talk about what it's not. And people do not really understand what it's not because we almost most of the time channel energy to what personal branding or branding itself is not. So we'll also be taking a look at the pillar of strong personal brand, and we'll also take a look at communications too. That's very important. If you're working with any brand, I think one of the important things is how you communicate your value, yourself, or what your brand has to offer to the general public, so to say. So becoming the position and becoming the problem solver the brand wants, and I think that's it pretty much. So let's dive into it real quick. I would like to ask some basic questions for me to know if we actually understand what we're actually doing here. So just one person or maybe two can tell me what personal branding is. What do you understand by personal branding? I don't want to mention any name, but I just want someone to just tell me what they understand by personal brand.
Now, if you have something to say, raise your hand and unmute yourself.
Yeah, you have the floor. Yeah.
Like it feels like the reputation of your personality, skill, and experience.
The what? Can anyone hear her?
I can hear you clearly. strong like impression about the like experience you and what you can go.
Okay, okay. I think I could hear you to a reasonable extent, but I think you're actually right. So now I am most of the time I'm actually particular about how I'm perceived on the outside. I am careful of what I write, what I post, what I wear, how I communicate, probably in a meeting or in church or anywhere in any gathering. There's sometimes I want to put out article. I know what everything is quite right, is correct. Then I'll still get 2 or 3 people to check that is this perfect. Do you understand? Because of how I want to be seen outside, no one is above mistake, but then I always want to ensure that to a reasonable extent I'm always perfect. Because whatsoever thing you put out there, even though you delete it, someone has taken a screenshot already. Do you understand? So I'm always careful of how I'm seen. I'm always careful of what I write. I'm always careful of how I talk. Because you can actually make a mistake right now and you won't be able to reverse it. So now, personal brand is the perception people have of you based on what you have consistently show or communicate. Do we get that? Maybe I need to take that again. Personal brand is the perception people have of you based on what you have consistently show or communicate. Probably on your social media platform, personally, if you happen to be probably a worker in church, how you show up, how you talk, your sign, how you have your handshake too. You as simple as that can be, it speaks a lot about you, how you shake. So let's just get into it real quick. I think I wrote this down. Personal brand is not about popularity. It's about clarity, credibility, and communication. Let me take that again. Personal branding is not about popularity. So most of the time, let me just tell you what brand is not. It's not about the amount of followers that you have, and it's not how popular you are. It's quite different. So now let me tell you this. It's about clarity, credibility, and communication. You have something, and that thing you have solves a problem, and how you communicate that value to people that have need for it, or how your brand solve people's problem. Credibility, communication. So it is the art of turning who you are into the platform that attract opportunity because it solves problem, like I said earlier. Like Jeff Vickers said, he said, your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. What people say about you when you're not in the room. So if people talk about your brand when you're not there, it means you're actually doing something right or you're doing something wrong. So some couple of days back, we have a client particularly that actually wants to be on TV for interview. So it was just one person. So we're able to schedule an interview on TV for him. Shortly after that time, about 2 other people reached out to me. I was like, I saw what you did. I want to do the same thing. In fact, I want about 2 or 3 TV. Can you make that happen? I don't know the person particularly, but because what I do has been able to solve a particular problem, because this person wants to get on TV to, talk about his brand, to talk about what he has to offer. Someone saw that and they talked about it while I was not there, and they reached out to me to do the same thing. Do you get? So when your brand is either people talk about your brand when you're not there for good or for bad, but then when they talk about your brand, it means you have a brand when you're not there. So most of the time, as a brand, personal branding anyway, you don't have to always communicate yourself all the time. But when you have a brand, your brand will speak for itself. So people will definitely react to you because you've been able to package yourself in such a way that your brand is a problem solver. Someone said turning who you are to a platform that solves problems. Yeah, that's it. So let's go. What personal branding is not. What personal branding is not. I'm a strategist too, so I help people, do executive profiling. I help them, set up your brand or probably your company if you're a startup. So most of the time, I ask questions, the basic question that needs to be asked when you want to start. The idea behind what you're doing, why you're doing what you want to do. Probably you're doing it to get money, or it's actually what you intend to do for the long run. Probably you're even setting up this company as a retirement plan, or you're doing it just to sustain yourself. So most of the time we get to this branding and they say, okay, I want to brand. So what is the branding? So I want to ask, okay, what are you looking at? They're like logo, websites, you know, that is what most people think branding is. That's not what branding is actually. So what branding is not, you might want to take this down. I'm trying to be really fast here because I think I have less than 5 minutes right now. So not just logo or color or fancy picture. It is your consistent value expressed clearly and uniquely over time. Do we get that? So your brand is not about your logo, it's not about your website. Do you know how many companies in Nigeria that have website and after 3 months or a year, they don't even the website is not functioning again? All those are not brand. See, your brand is your consistency. Coke over the years have been able to reintroduce their brand to us over and over, still the same taste. But they've been able to reintroduce that brand to us over and over, that even when you are in traffic, you are thirsty, what you need is water. But what comes to your mind? Coke. Then when you're done with the Coke, that's when it comes to your subconscious mind that, oh, I think what I need is actually water. But right there in that traffic, Coke is what comes to your mind. They've been able to communicate their value to us over and over to the extent that we don't even know when it's time for us to take water. What comes to our mind is Coke. Consistency. They have the brand already, they have the market, but then they'll still come over and over for advertising. They advertise on billboard, they pay huge amounts of money, despite the fact that they already have the audience. Why are they still doing that? They are showing up over and over. They are very much consistent. And that's the reason why we have other companies. I think we have America Cola, we have Big Cola, we have other soft drink that has been able to, get into the Nigerian market, but then they can't take out Coke. Coke has been here for years, and in years to come, they will still be here. Why? They are consistent. That is the brand we're talking about. So it is not about the logo. It is not about, oh, my time is up. In fact, we've not gotten into this right now. I don't know.
No, your time is not up. I'm telling you that you have more, up to 10 minutes.
Okay. I hope you're here with me. I hope you're here. All right, let me just quickly, go down. So why personal branding matters. So I'm actually talking about you right now. You as a person, you as someone who wants to position yourself for brands that you want to help. Now, why personal branding matters. So people work with who they trust, not just who they know. People work with who they trust, not just who they know. So brands are looking for face and voice that carry relevance, influence, and trust. Do we get that? That's the reason why sometimes influencer, they really do not now, just before anyway, but now people want to work with influencer that they know. And that's the reason why you see so many brands that people do not know. But they'll pick up an influencer, probably a public figure that people know, to get themselves attached to that brand. We don't trust the brand, but we trust who is speaking on behalf of the brand. I don't know if you're following. So we don't know the brand, but we trust people that are speaking on behalf of the brand. So because we know people that are speaking on behalf of the brand, we go for the brand. But in Nigeria, reverse is the case most of the time. You can actually pick up someone, and at the end of the day, you still chop big fast. So that's that. I hope we understand.
Don't do that to Nigeria. Don't make the issue think that Nigerians are. Don't do that to Nigeria.
Okay. I apologize. It's just that most of the time, I wish to actually mention some names right now of brands that have actually, that have actually done so well. But at the end of the day, people still go back for who talked about the brand. But let's skip that. All right, let's skip that. So let me go to the next thing that we'll be talking about today. So the 3 pillars of strong personal brand. The first thing is clarity, like I said earlier. All right, are you with me? The first thing is clarity. So know who you are, who you serve, and what you solve. Let me take that again. Know who you are, who you serve, and what you solve. So another thing again is I was having a discussion with someone. PR is quite wide, and I was having a discussion with someone that wants to get into this particular space. We have so many organizations, we have so many specialties. All right, so I have someone working directly with the governor of Osun State. Their idea of PR is quite different. What they do, what they channel their energy to. Or let me just say, she has decided to channel her energy into PR when it comes to politics. And there are other people also that are actually channeling their energy into PR when it comes to a particular industry. So for you as a PR personnel too, you need to have a niche. Even though you have an understanding of how the whole thing works, but then you still need to have a niche. Do you understand? So that is where this comes in. Know who you are, who you serve, and what you serve. Let's take this down real quick. So another thing, okay, I might want to say this. Your needs should be clear enough for a 12-year-old to understand. But then I just put that 12-year-old literally. But then your needs should be clear enough for people to actually understand what you serve, what you're into, the value your brand stand for, and what you intend to achieve. Your vision must be clear. Without even speaking to you, by going on your page, on your LinkedIn, on your Instagram, or your TikTok, it should be explicit. So some couple of months back, sometimes last year, I reached out to someone. I was like, go through my platform, tell me what you think I do. So the person did that same thing. Then I reached out to about 3 people, like, go through all my platform. So just in 2-3 minutes, just go through it and tell me what you think I do. So if 3 people or more than 3 people go through your platform and they are saying different things about what you do, or they are not sure about what you do, it means you've not been able to communicate what you do. It means you see a lot of people today, they have an Instagram account or probably a social media account, but when you see them in person, they tell you to do something else. But when you go on their platform, you're seeing something else. So some times ago, I was recruiting for some positions, and I don't need your CV. You don't give me CV. What I want is a social media platform. I want to see what you've been able to do. I don't get freaked by CV. You can write heaven and earth. I just want to go on your Twitter. I want to go on your Instagram. I want to go on things you've done before. I want to go on your LinkedIn. Let me see the value you've been communicating in the past. I want to see what you've been able to do. By saying that, I know if I'll be able to work with you or not. So people need to get on your platform, and in a minute or two, they should be able to identify with what you do without being biased or without being confused that, okay, I think this is what, once someone tells you, I think this is what you do, or I can't really tell, it means you're not doing it the right way. So someone should be able to say, this is what you're into, this is what you do, by just going on your platform. That being said, I'll go to credibility. So you need proof of results, case studies, testimonial, content that educate. Like I said, I think this go alongside with what I said earlier. So people need a track record of what you've been doing in the time past. So in 2023 December, I was reached out to by a developer, and to help him, get some certain things done. I believe after we talked to a reasonable extent, I told him, one of the things I told him, I said, do you know what? Go online. I'm so humble. I don't want to say that's not pride. That's just me communicating my value. I said, go on Google. Just type my name on Google. Anything that you see there, that's me. I just say, over the years, I've been able to, do this, and I have done this over and over, and I've been able to get results. And I'll give you contact of people I've worked with. Call them. I don't have to call them. Right here in my presence, you can put a call through to them. Ask them about me. You get? You've been able to communicate value in the time past. So when he reached out to me and he said, okay, this is what I want to do, I said, you don't have to do so much. I have proven track record. I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do that. And at the end of the day, we sign up. Why? He doesn't know me. But after I told him to ask about me, he didn't call anyone. But then he went online to check. I was like, okay, I think the person is not even in Nigeria. It's not even a one-on-one conversation. It was via phone. He said, okay, I've checked. I see you can actually do this. You can do this. You can do that, because there are testimonials online. So as for personal branding for you yourself, you need to have things you've already done Just put it somewhere online, let people search, let people see. It will be good for you at the long run, regardless of how bad or good you think it might be. If it's perfect, if it's not perfect, put it out there. The project you've done that is not successful, put it out there. It's still part of your resume. So I'll get into this real quick. So okay, consistency. We spoke about Coke earlier on. We spoke about Coke, so let me not go into consistency again. But then I believe we all understand what that means. To show up the same across all your social media platform. Who you are on Instagram should be who you are on TikTok. Who you are on TikTok should be who you are on your LinkedIn. So I have someone who is in the PR space, and I think she loves men so much. She has the same thing on all of her accounts. By the end of the day, she created a different account on Instagram just for cruise. She understands what she wants. She understands that she can't mix all of these things together with her personal page because it will cost her a lot. So she has the same thing on all those platforms, then created an anonymous page just for the cruise. That is not in her name or something. You get? So you have to have all the same thing showing on all your platforms. So when they search for you on LinkedIn, when they search for you on TikTok or any social media platform, people searching for it ought to know that you mean business. They ought to have an understanding that, okay, this is someone we can work with because you're showing up consistently on all platforms. So your tone, your language, your value, and look should align. I am someone that is always particular about how I speak when I'm in meetings. I'm always particular about how I look, how I show up. Believe me honestly, they say look at the content, don't look at the outward. That's a big lie. That's a big lie. Regardless of whatsoever thing you have on your head, regardless of the value you believe you carry, if you're showing up and you're not showing up like what you have, there's no way you are getting a deal. Okay, I used to work with a particular organization, Optival Capital. In Optival Capital, we deal with millions. So when you're showing up to speak with a client, you have to look like what you are selling. You have to always be on suit. We have particular colors we wear. We have things we do. And if you're showing up, you have to show up like what you're selling. Because if you're not looking like what you're selling, the person is definitely not going to get anything from you. That is the idea. So regardless of what you have on your head, regardless of anything, show up good. Then, beyond you showing up good, you have to have something on your head. You have to have something to offer to complement it. That being said, the most known win, not necessarily the best. The most known win, not necessarily the best. Let's get that. So let me run quick. Communication. Why communication is crucial? People don't follow noise, they follow clarity. People don't follow noise, they follow clarity. And this brings me back to something that happened to someone. You realize that we run ad most of the time in this part of the country, and the idea is still for us to make sales or probably be known. And there are some people that are actually not running ad. People go to their DM every now and then. That being said, they've been able to communicate their value. They don't need to make noise about it. They don't need to get probably influencers or anyone to pretty much talk about their brand, but they've been able to communicate that value. I was studying and I realized that one of the things Atafo has done, I don't know if you know my Atafo. Atafo will pick up the finest person trending. He will sew for the person. The person wear that outfit to the event. Most of the time, Atafo doesn't even get to post. But the person will be the one saying, my outfit is made by Atafo. Ebuka, for instance, have done that over and over and over. Probably Atafo is sewing those clothes for free, or probably he's paying for it. But here's the idea. They wear it, they talk about it, it all comes back to him. So he doesn't really need to run ad. Why? Because those people wearing those outfits have enough follower. And once they tag this particular person, they all go back to the main source, which is Atafo. That's it. So, said your words shape perception, how you speak, how you write, and post your brand. In fact, I even put this here, handshake. Very important, very important. So I think we have type of communication here. Let's quickly run through that. So we have verbal communication, how you speak in meetings, webinar, and interviews. So we have non-verbal, body language, facial expression, and tone. And this is very, very important actually. Think before I could speak in public, the first thing I actually learned back then, as far back as 2017, 2018, when I was out of school, the first thing I learned was actually body positioning. How you sit in public shows how confident you are. If you're wearing suits, there's a way you sit. If you're going to cross your leg, there's a way you cross your leg. If you're going to put your hands together, there's a way you put your hands together. So it shows different thing. If you're putting your hands together while you're wearing suits, if you're nervous, from the way your hand is together, we'll know. And if you're not. So I think the first thing I actually learned. So I went for an interview as far back as 2017, I think. And what that man told me was that you look so confident. I know I was. But then I had no idea about anything I want to talk about at that interview. And he said, you look so confident. What's the name of the company? Nutrition Associate. Yeah, that's the name of the company. He said, you look so confident. But then that was the first thing I learned. How to sit, how to shake, how to greet, how to, pretty much position yourself. When you're going for an interview, there's a way you sit. You don't just sit, maybe you're tired, everybody's tired, just come for this interview and go, no. Someone is somewhere looking at you from the CCTV. So how you sit and all that. So I learned that first before I even learned how to communicate proper. All are actually important. It's very possible for you to communicate very well, but your body position, how you have an handshake in public, everything has to complement each other, so to say. So let's just move ahead, all right? How to improve brand communication. Use language, speak to audience, pain and desire, that tell stories, not just information. Women are wired for stories. Use video film. It builds trust faster than text. If they arrive, my time is up, let me know, right? Because I'm still going far here. But let me just know once it's 5 minutes to go, right? So I think the last thing I have here, okay, I'm 2 minutes remaining. Oh, okay. I think the last thing I have here is positioning, becoming the problem solver brand wants. Becoming the problem solver brand wants. So shift from I'm available to I'm valuable. Everybody is available. Most people are available. But how many of those people are valuable? Are you valuable to me? If I'm employing you to be my PR specialist, that means I have a problem I want you to solve. I just want you to come, post, write out statements for, I think someone was saying earlier on that one of the things he's going to do is to, maybe talk about the brand in a positive way outside, or probably when things are not going on well. Be as it may, as a PR specialist, I know there's a problem. Talk about me. Not all the time, not problem always anyway, but talk about me, talk about my staff, talk about my organization, do a press release. Don't wait for there to be a problem or probably someone says something about me, and that's when you come out, about the organization anyway, and that's when you come out to do a press release. In fact, I even want press release every now and then. Any small achievement, go on newspaper. So okay. So it's like, don't beg to be seen. Don't beg to be seen. Build yourself to be searched for. Do we get that? So attract brands, talks and benefits, act in solution, and show up like a partner. So when this developer reached out to me as far back as 2023 December, I think the name of the company is Most Homes Limited. There was no, it was not a company at that time. I pretty much changed the terroscope and changed it to being a company that it is. I'm no longer there today, but then they still run to my template. I recruited staff, and in 3 months, they're already making millions. There was no sale. They have a major project that there was no client. You get. But then there was a problem on ground that needs my expertise. So what did I do? Because I already have a track record of doing things like that, I had to come in, put in plans in place, recruit staff, train staff, tell them what we need to do to achieve what we want to do, and in 3 months, all units are almost sold out. So we need to understand that, okay, as a PR person, or I'm not talking about just PR right now, you as a brand for yourself, you have the need to ensure that whoever is employing you have a problem, and he or she needs you to solve that problem for them to keep moving. So Where did I stop? Brands are not hiring talent, they're hiring effect, like I said. Package your story, show what you've done, how you did it, and who helped you, and how it helped, rather.
Awesome.
So, that's,
Awesome.
you said?
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh,
The
thank
time
you.
is fast.
Oh, my time is up. Oh, my. I'm done already. I was going to give everyone an assignment, but then I'll leave it at that. Let me just go to, I think I have,
Go ahead and give them your. Go
oh,
ahead.
so, so for everyone, apart from Utibe, Idera, and of course our judge, write your personal brand statement, 1 or 2 sentences for yourself. Then list 3 top problems your ideal brand or clients are facing right now. Then do your current assignment on how that can be solved, how you can solve those problems. So you don't have to be paid for this. Ask people. I think people reach out to me on LinkedIn at some point. I think I have a lady who reached out to me. I was like, this is what I want to do. I just want to do it for you. I'm working on so thing. Give me the problem, let me solve it, and I'll be back. She's working with a particular company, but then she was making use of my own self as a case study. So she asked for basic things that I'm facing, how she can solve this problem, and that was it. So now your brand statement. So write your personal brand statement, probably 1 or 2 sentences, and list top 3 problems your ideal brand or client is facing right now and how you can solve it. How you as a brand, how you as a PR specialist can solve it. So I think that would just be it right now. That would just be it. So brands don't chase people who want to be seen. They chase people who help them to be seen. This is very important. If you're going to forget everything that I've talked about today, don't forget this. Brands don't chase people who want to be seen. They chase people who help them to be seen better. Do we get? One of the reasons why I'm doing branding and marketing and all that is because brands will keep coming. They will have need for my service, from advertising to billboards to events to everything. And that's the reason why we will be relevant till Jesus comes. So let me say that again. Brands don't chase people who want to be seen. They chase people who help them to be seen better. So it's indeed a great privilege and honor to speak with the members of Members today. And thank you very much once again for everyone for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. And God bless you all. Thank you, Tibe.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yemi Benjamin. That was a power packed and, of course, insightful section. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's use our virtual hands.
Yay.
Of course, that was full and insightful. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Yemi Benjamin. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I had earlier put up to us that if you have any question, kindly use the chat box. I just went through the chat box and I haven't seen any, but just in case you have any question, kindly use the chat box. Thank you so much. A very quick one, please. Can you just do a screen record, or better still, screenshot yourself live in this section? Please, let's just do it together, okay? Take a screenshot of you or a screen record. Okay, if screen recording is going to take most of the time, just screenshot it and then post it on the official handle and tag Membas PR. Please, can we quickly do that? Please, can we quickly do that? I will see